Well, family, it seems that politics really in Africa is still very, very backward. We still have a big problem in our politics, especially in Africa, in Southern Africa as well. Because these politicians that we have, the caliber of politicians we have right now, they are these kind of politicians who would promise, or heaven on earth as they are campaigning, and once they are elected into office, they totally change and become some animals that people will never understand. I'm telling you honestly, to be very frank, I'm so disappointed by the Malawian leader. Chakwera was really one of the presidents that we really had so much hope on when he came beginning to campaign, as well as getting to the point of winning the elections. We really put our hope and trust, and especially the fact that this man was deemed to be a Christian leader and a God-fearing man. Everyone thought that we were going to be really seeing a kind of leadership that was totally different from the post, leaders that we've had in Malawi, the Mutarika brothers, the Kamuzu Bandas, and or the like. But it seems like Chakwera has really become a very, very big embarrassment. Now when he entered into power, he started also just doing exactly the very same things that were done by these dictators. Him allocating, positions to members of his family and his cronies, and we also saw corruption also taking place in many government departments. We saw him also beginning to travel within an entourage of people, 300 plus, the same way that people like Robert Mugabe would do and Mnangagwa are doing right now. And those people getting very hefty allowances just for traveling with him, going around the world. And quite a lot of all these things are some of the things that are very disturbing. And we also saw some bit of uprising wanting to start there in Malawi, and there was some force and some a brutal force that was applied on them. We were also watching the videos the other day of presidents that are heavily guarded, in Southern Africa, Mnangagwa being one of them. And we saw Chakwera. Chakwera is also one of them. He behaves just as good as Mnangagwa. When he comes from overseas where he travels, he wants to have a rally of people waiting for him to cheer him. As he leaves the country, the same thing has to be happening. We don't know why business really should stop because a president is simply leaving a country, and you stop the whole government business, and just because the president is going out. I don't think really that is in this age in time where we are right now in this global village. I don't think that this really should be still happening right now. A president is supposed to be just a normal, worker of the people, and he doesn't have to be like stopping every government department from work because he's moving or he's doing something or something like that, and doesn't have to be controlling the systems that run government. And that is one big problem that we have in many countries, including Zimbabwe, of course, where Mnangagwa controls everything. That's why things don't move, because no one has got authority to authorize something to be done, or to move, or to give authority for something to be implemented, because it has to be waiting for the president, and the president is one person. He cannot be in every place at every go, and he also will end up getting overwhelmed and forget other things, and that is the problem. So really, with Malawi, Chakwera has really been an embarrassment. Right now, as we speak, Malawi opposition leader is charged with plotting to kill the president. Just imagine. These are things that we usually see from dictatorship countries like Zimbabwe and the others, but it's something that we never really expected could happen in Malawi. Especially, like I'm saying, that the way that Chakwera came into picture, many people were so hopeful for Malawi, but unfortunately, it's so embarrassing. I don't know when Malawi is having elections, but I think that the elections are quite closer now, and I wish that Malawian people would vote differently this time around, especially countries that still have judiciaries that work, where you can, if elections are not done properly, you can take your issues to judiciary, and the judiciary can just give a proper judgment. Unlike what we see in Zimbabwe, where it will be a sheer waste of time to take your electoral disputes to the courts in Zimbabwe, because there are ZANU-PF courts, where the courts could still be working and other system of government could not be, captured by the ruling party or president, it can be possible for them to vote and win and remove this man. I think he has just done quite a lot of disasters in his first term that he has been a leader of Malawi. So just having a leader of the opposition arrested in a country, it's really something that it derails democracy in the country. And when you look at it, you'd find that it's just actually very, very flimsy charges that they usually come up with. So I'm reading here from Cookman's post. He says, as the SADC chairman, I'm not happy with the developments in Malawi. I therefore sanction President Chakwera to order release of Patricia Kaliat before we take further action against the Republic of Malawi. We want to promote democracy, rule of law, and order. Yes, that's exactly. So this is the woman, a Malawian opposition leader charged with the plotting to kill president. And once you start to see a president who is like that, who wants to give, lame excuses of somebody wanting to kill them and the like, you just know that you are grooming a dictator. So Malawian people must know it, that you are in the process of grooming a dictator once you start to see a president behaving like that. And I think you have been under dictatorships before, Malawian people, you are unlike other countries that have never seen this. So I'm sure you are quite aware. You have an experience of dealing with a dictator. So let not this man turn into a dictator at your watch. You must quickly do something about it and make sure that this comes to a stop forthwith. And that has to be solved before things get out of hand, because already what we are seeing here is a situation where things will continue to deteriorate in the country until such a time that it may not really be good. Things may turn out to be worse than what we are seeing in Zimbabwe if you don't quickly rise up and solve this issue, either through the elections and you vote the men out, or you have to exercise your democratic rights as citizens of Malawi and demonstrate in streets and demand some action to be done about what is happening. So this is what it is, a cancer that we continue to have in Southern Africa, with Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF, of course, also helping so much in propagating dictatorship right across SADC, with them paying monies and corrupting these other SADC leaders so that SADC remains a lawless bloc. This is very unfortunate, but true. And this is what is happening. So we will continue to be with the Malawian people on this one, and hoping that they will come out victorious and grab back their country and have leaders that will come to save the nation and do the good for the nation. Otherwise, this is what it is, family. I want to appreciate you and to thank you so much for those that join us on these shows. And we are crossing over to the main channel, Chatufa TV Productions, where we have quite interesting issues that we are going to be talking about. Remain blessed till we meet again in the upcoming shows. Shalom.